Hello. Let me just check to see where I'm at here. Make sure that I'm live in the right spot. All right. How is everyone? It is Wednesday, over the hump day, which is a great day to stamp. My name is Terry Phelps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in Minnesota in the United States. And welcome to my craft room. I try to go live every Wednesday if you've never watched me before, and just do some stamping and give you some new ideas and inspiration, hopefully. If I don't see the comments sometimes and you have any questions, I will respond afterwards. I don't always see them. And I do have a mutt that is very unpredictable, so a lot of times he busts into our party, so I might have him come in, kind of join us for a minute just to get him calmed down. But feel free to like and share or subscribe and leave a comment of where you're from. I'd love to know where you are. Hi, Virginia. How are you? It's nice to see you. Gorgeous day here in Minnesota, right? We got to grab those when we can. So tonight I thought what I would do is I was going through some of my cards, and I have so many, and I thought I have not done a one sheet wonder card for a very long time. So I thought what I would do is I'm going to just try and create some new ones. So let me go down to my desktop. I'll show you the four that I created quite a few years ago, I guess, really, in one of our meetings. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the template. So let me go down to my desktop. All right, so these are very simple cards. And what I mean by a one sheet wonder, I'll just kind of lay them out right now. This is what I mean. So this is a 6x6 piece of paper, and you can do this with a 12x12 piece of paper as well. And what you're going to do is just put it different templates, different ways to cut the paper up to get more cards, right? Hi, Vicki. Thank you for watching. Oh, wow, Arizona. I love it. I love Arizona. I would love to live there. Um, so you can create your own style, but this is just one template that I was shared with by Susan Campfield in one of our meetings. So what we're going to do is take this 6x6 paper, and you're going to cut a 4x4 piece of square, and we're going to cut it diagonally. And then we're going to have this 2" by 5¼ and we're going to cut that a 3/4 of an inch off of that. So we're going to use that, and then this is just scrap or waste. I never throw anything away. And then we have a 2x4 piece. Now another easy template you could do, you could take the same general design, and I was thinking you could do a 2" 2x2, a 2x2, and a 2x2, and you could create a card with 3 different little panels, right? You could take this 4x4 and just do 1" strips and use that as part of a card, and then leave this just as you want. So yeah, just another idea. So that's what a one sheet wonder is. And this would be a 6x6, and you can do the same thing for a 12x12. So the cards that we made are very simple, and you can see these were made with the diagonals, right? So that's what we created with these cards. And this is a card that is got just a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock. And then this is your card base, and you're just applying it. And that's an 8" by 5 1/4, and you're going to score it at 4. So that's kind of the layout of these cards. But I love the fact that you can make these super fast, and you can make them for any occasion, right? And so then these are your other two pieces. So this is the 2 1/2 by 5 1/4, and this is the 2 by 4. So does that make sense? So these were the original cards that we made. So these products are long gone, but I loved it. And so we really just focused on using different punches and some embellishments and some ribbons, right? And just using them a different way. So what I decided to do was play with this again and use some products that are new to us now. So my first set, and it's kind of funny, I didn't purposely do this, but everything I used, a lot of it is on online exclusives. So you won't see these products in the catalog. So it's kind of cool because you see, you know, we have a whole line of products that are not in our catalog. So you will shop more online, but so that's new to us. But it's not new to shopping in general, right? We all do that. We all go online and order. So the suite that I used, and this is an online collection. So you've got, there's an embossing folder, and it's a Zinnia 3D embossing folder. It's really pretty. It's got a lot going on. And then it also has some embellishments, sparklies. And then it also has this stamp set, and there is some dies too, but I don't think I brought them out. I did not bring them out, I guess. But there is a set of dies that goes with this as well. And then I also used, and this is in page 93 of the annual catalog, and I love, love, love this stamp set because it's got so many sentiments. It covers everything, and I love the fonts, and it's just a super cool. So this is really something, especially for making these type of cards. You could bang out a whole bunch of these cards and just simply use different sentiments, and you would have these all ready to go, right, for when you need them. And then of course there's you know, beautiful designer series paper as well. So, but it's just really cool. So you can go online to see this whole suite. And so let me show you what I made with those using this template. And then I also used the pink and white petal diagonal trim ribbon. So that's in the catalog as well. So these are the cards that I made using this template. And so I did it just a little differently. So these are the diagonal cuts using the Zinnia's Designer Series paper. And then I used a different punch. This is the Hexagon something or other punch that's in the catalog. And so I used two different stamp sets. Some of these sentiments are from the Zinnia stamp set. This one and this one are both from this Simple Zinnia set. And then the other two are from the So Sincere stamp set. So those were those two. And then I left them insides and blank because I thought, you know, when I use them, I'll actually personalize them a little bit more. This one I used a different punch. You can use 3 different sizes. You can cut 3 different sizes, but it worked really well with, you know, the sentiment. And it just added. So this is the little 2x4 strip. And so then I just added another little piece of paper behind this so that it would pop a little bit more. And I just left that blank. This one I stepped up a little bit. Now this is our 2x5 1/4. And so I stepped this one up a little bit and I used the embossing folder. This is the Zinnia embossing folder. And this is the back of it, but look how detailed that is. It's very cool. Oh, thank you for coming in so you can watch me. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And so this is that strip. And then I just kind of did a little bit of stamping on this because it looked a little plain. So those were the 4 cards that I made using that suite. Okay, so now we have a whole different look. So I chose another suite, and this is also from online, which if you love coffee like I love coffee, oh my gosh, I love this. So this is Latte Love, and this is an online exclusive, and so it has this awesome you know, die set. It's got the cups, it's got the French press and cups and spoons and, you know, beans, and it's super fun. Super fun. And then we have the stamp set that goes with it. And the funny thing is I totally didn't even look at this stamp set when I created these cards. I was more interested in this stamp set. Now this was in our last annual catalog and it carried over, but I love this stamp set. I mean, it's just the best, right? We always have the girls friends that we'd love to spend time with and get together and talk about life and stuff, and what better way than eating rolls and coffee, right? So I love this set. So I use this stamp set with this suite of products. So these are all online, and with that you get these fun swirly embellishments. And there's actually 3 of them kind of covered under here. But you can see the swirls and stuff. I think that's a nice touch, right? So that's online, and then here's the papers as well. So, you know, don't forget about everything that's online, because there really is a lot of products that, you know, you don't even know we have, right? So super fun. So that's the paper. And so the cards that I made look like this, and I used the same template, but I did it a little bit differently. So this time I chose 2 different colors of cardstock, just for a little difference. And this time I stamped actual stamped images along with the paper. But I thought this turned out super cute. Coffee with a friend is like happiness in a cup. I think that turned out really, really nicely. This is sometimes you just have to reheat your coffee and try one more time. And try coffee one more time and try again. I can't read. But isn't that cool? I just love how these two products work together. And then these are little coffee beans. And of course, Jen, I put my Wink Stella. And then this is super fun. I just stamped the croissants and the coffee and said, let's get together soon. And this is covering a boo-boo. I have a little ink there, so now I have more little embellishments than I normally would, but I had to hide that, right? And then this one, I used the same lady again and said, thinking of you. And then on the inside, I had a little piece of designer series paper because there was a stain on the paper on the bottom. So these are very simple, but you know, they come together very quickly, right? But I think they're very nice cards. So what do you think? I think they're cool. So tonight, I thought I would use another set, and this time I'm going to use designer series paper that is a landscape. So, and again, this is products that are online, which I didn't plan on. It's just kind of came up that way. So this is the Meandering Meadows 6x6 designer series paper, and it has 12 different scenes. And it's just gorgeous. So I'm just going to show you really quickly the scenes because I just think they're so cool. So there's one, and then there's the back. I love these colors, right? And then we have this one. And then they always like, I love having a background that you can use just with anything. Aren't these gorgeous though? I just think they're so cool. Don't you wish you could draw like that? That's why I stamp. Because I cannot draw. These pictures remind me of our family farm up north. Kind of how the fields looked. Ugh, just yumminess. So I'm going to try to make this same template with using one of these pieces of designer series paper. And I don't know how it'll turn out. I'm going to go rogue. And that always makes me nervous. I think I'm going to use this piece though, because when I look at it, I feel like my 4x4, when this is cut, that's still gonna have a good picture. You know, my 2-inch strip is gonna be pretty, and then same with this one. So I think this sheet will work pretty well. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna bring in my cutter, and we're gonna whip up 4 cards, hopefully pretty quick. And that's another thing I love about this. It's just so fast. All right, so we'll need 2 sheets of basic white, and they're going to be 8 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to just cut this at 8. I washed my cutting, you know, my this cutting board like the first time probably since I got it. Holy moly, it's crazy. All right, so there's my 8, and then we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. And then we're going to take this one and cut it at 5 1/4. And then we'll score it at 4. There's one. It is beautiful paper. Yes, Jen, there's so many things that are online. And, you know, it's kind of getting hard for me to keep track of stuff that, you know, that I have. It's like, is this an online product or is this in the catalog? It's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but when I keep my online things separate from my catalog things, because otherwise I kind of forget about them. So now I got to kind of pay attention to where I pull this stuff from. And another 5 1/4. And let's see. All right, so we have our 4 cards, and now we're going to take one sheet. We'll only need one because we're going to need our card base, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So we're just going to cut, and then I'm going to do 4 1/4. And then this should also be 4 1/4. Okay, so we've got 2. So that is everything as far as cardstock goes for our cards. That's 4 cards. That's pretty fast, right? So now we're going to do our template. And so we're going to cut this. So pay attention to your directions of if your paper's, you know, directional, of course. I'm going to cut my 2-inch piece. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my 3/4 off. I think what I'll do is cut it off from the top because I like all the color that's on the bottom. So I'm just going to go in here at 3/4. Cut that off. So there's a little piece of scrap paper. Don't throw it away. And you know me, I'm getting off all the little fuzzies. All right, so that's that piece. And now we're going to do a 4 by 4. So this is actually going to be 4. And so we're just going to turn it so that it's at 4 again. Sorry, that's probably loud. So there's our 4 by 4 piece. And then this is our 2 by 4. Okay. So that's how it's all come together. And now we're going to take this and we're going to cut it so that we're going to put this tip. So this corner and this corner are going to be in our cutting grid. Okay, and now we've got those pieces. All right. We are now ready to start. Oh wait, now we have to punch, or we have to do some stamping here, I guess. So the products, the other products that I'm using in this. So again, this, I was going to use these dies. These are the dies that I used on this set. What did I use them on? Oh, these are the dies I used on these cards. And I was going to use them, but I kind of decided, because I stamped and used up space that way, it was okay to use a smaller frame, I guess you would say. So I am not going to use that, I don't think, for this, but this is the, if you're wondering, this is the Wild Fern dies, and it has a stamp set that goes with it. It's in the Encore section of the catalog on page 80, and so it was a bundle before. You can still buy the stamp set and the dies, but you won't get that 10% discount. So, and then the paper, so this is again an online exclusive. It comes with a die and a stamp set, and so these are online, and then it goes with this paper, and then I don't know if there's any other stuff that goes in that bundle or not. I don't remember. There's the paper. There might be, you know, this looks like it should go, but I'm not positive. But anyway, check that out. This is in the online store, but I'm a sucker for boots. I think that's super cute. But again, I like the sentiments, so I am going to use this stamp set for that. Another sentiment set that's awesome, and this is on page 19 in the catalog, is Simply Said. So it does have all kinds of great sentiments too. So that's kind of worth looking at. So I was going to use that, but I decided to stick with the stamp set. So let's do some stamping. And I'm going to stick that up here. So I chose to have green, grainy apple green, because that's a color that's in this designer series paper. I thought because I'm using the crushed curry as a background, I would use the grainy apple green because it's the lighter green. So we'll see how it looks. And again, I don't really know what I'm doing, so we're just making this up as we go. So I just cut some scraps of paper, and we're gonna stamp our sentiments here. And I like to do my inking, I like to tap on top. Just a personal preference. I feel like sometimes if I'm going like this, even though I'm pretty light, I feel sometimes that I get ink on the sides and around sometimes. So I prefer to ink it up that way. So I'm just going to there's one. And I've got, so that one says, every day is a fresh start. Thought that was kind of a cool saying. This one is thinking of you. Alrighty. This one is, I can't imagine having a better friend. kind of like these sentiments with this paper too. I don't know, it's just, I feel nostalgic seeing these meadows. It just makes me feel of my 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 parents' country upbringing. Alrighty, and gotta have a happy birthday, even though it's a pretty small happy birthday. But that's the great thing about making cards like this. You know, no matter what you have for sentiment stamp sets, you can just bust out a whole bunch of cards and have them ready to go, right? Or if you're in a hurry and you just want to make them on the fly, you can do that too. All right, I think for these, I'm going to use, now I could either use this hexagon one again. I use that in these, but I think I'm going to use the oval. So let's punch these out. And so I purposely cut these pieces of paper to actually measure with the punch, right? So that I don't have to sit and try to figure out how to line them up, because, you know, sometimes if you don't measure your paper right, it's kind of funky trying to cut your punches out, because you have to cut away paper because it won't fit in correctly, right? So this way I find it's much faster and easier if I do measure out some paper. This one I'm going to obviously turn. And this one this way. Vicki, is it super hot in Arizona right now? Are you in northern or southern Arizona? Oh, welcome, Georgia. So nice to have you here. Here is another thought that I had. I thought, you know, instead of using just white, it's kind of bold, right, against this paper. I kind of liked this look better. So maybe I should have done that. And then I was thinking, you know, I have to complicate things, right? So then I thought, what if I stamped and then ran it through an embossing folder? So it's just a way to give it a little bit of technique. So you don't have to do that, but these are just some ideas that I was thinking about when I was making this. So let's see how these turn out, you guys. I think on last week's video, I messed up when I was creating my stuff, so no surprise there. I get nervous, I think, when I create on the fly, because I feel like I even do when I am like at groups or meetings and stuff. You know, we get together every once in a while and we always have a stamp project, and I always feel like I'm always going to be behind, you know. So then I get nervous and then I start messing up. So yeah, it's just kind of a thing. I'm just going to go ahead and fold all these. It's 98, but it was 102. You know, is it like, I used to live in Southern California, so when it was like 100, you know, degrees, or 112, it really felt like 80 because it was so dry in San Diego. I do remember that. I like the color with the emboss too, Georgia. I should have maybe done that. I suppose we could always do it again. So this is my base. And so this is a little trick. Sometimes if it's not folded totally correctly, you know, you have a little extra, I always fold it, or I make this the front, because you're not going to notice that obviously when the card's open, right? So if I lay it this way, it won't look a little awkward because it won't have an uneven edge. So let's put this on. Whoop. And I am actually going to use liquid glue when I'm actually going to put my designer series paper on, because I want a little wiggle room. This part, I don't feel like it's too, you know, I can usually line up things pretty well. But for the designer series paper, I just kind of want to have some wiggle room. All right, so we just attach that to our base. Let's see. Should we do this one first? Perfect. And of course, you know, I typically kind of keep things simple when I'm doing lives, because one, not everybody has tons of product. You know, I'm one of those crazy people that does. I think I've almost ordered the whole catalog already. But you know, not everybody does. And not everybody has been stamping very long. So I try to keep things kind of simple. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to line this up with the edges. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. See, I thought the way that, so, it, you know, just pay attention when you're cutting your diagonals, or, you know, that your paper's in the right place. Let's see. We could do the yellow on here. Yeah, so the black, so the white, it does kind of wash out, but it's also a clean look as well. So it just kind of is on personal preference, right? Let's see. I think for this one, we'll do that maybe. I'm not going to decide which one goes on which yet. I think we'll just keep putting together, and then we can make up our minds when we're... Oops. So this is the butter side. So this is going to be my back. How does everybody like the new catalog? It's different, right? Takes some to get used to, but I like the products. They've been really fun to play with. All right, let's do this one. Now you could do this anywhere. You could put it here. You could, you know, move it out a little bit. Let's see if we do... let's see. One of these we're going to have as a diagonal. Okay. Because there's a lot of white space, I think I'm going to put this knot up to the edge and break up that white a little bit. I guess I'm playing with my glue. Yes, the new colors are fabulous. They kind of remind me of the new colors we had a couple years ago, I want to say. They were all nice and bright like these. And I was sad to see them go because I love the brightness of the colors and stuff. So we could do that maybe. All right, 2 down maybe. Let's do, this one looks great. What's your favorite new color? I think Petunia Pop seems to be the one that everybody loves, but I don't know. I like them all. I think the greens and the blues are pretty. All right, so we have this one, and I think I'm just going to do that. We'll try that. And then we have one more here. I guess we'll go this way. Has everybody's schedule gotten crazy yet? Oh my gosh. I just ran out of glue tape. I knew that was happening, so I got nice. I'm so excited you got all those, you ordered all your colors. Yeah, the promotion is still going until Friday. So gosh, I can't believe May's almost over already, you guys. Oh, crazy. I can tell I must be getting older. I have a hard time trying to the Shy Shamrock and the Summer Splash, I think it's called. Sometimes, unless they're super close together, I have a hard time trying to figure out which one's which. They look the same to me in some lights, you know. You can tell you're getting old. All right. This is why I like the liquid glue for doing this, because it's super easy to, once you put the tape runner on here and it connects to that paper, you're pretty much done. Now, of course, these are really, what else do we have? Happy birthday. Now, I could add like ribbons, or you could do embossing folders. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that you can dress this up. I have a whole bunch of embellishments. Let me see. Again, this is white. You know what else you could do? I could cut. Let's see. Let me grab another piece of paper. All right, I'm going to cut one of these out. Oh wait, this is the wrong color paper. Is it? No, it's not. We're going rogue. Who knows what's going to happen here? So I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see, do I want it to go the long way? Yeah. So I'm going to cut this down the middle. And we're going to make it a back. Now add a little dimension. So we're just going to take this and glue it upon. So I'm going to ooh, that's sticky stuff. So I'm going to take and add this to the back. All right. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just kind of line it up. Alrighty. We can pop that up on some dimensionals and we'll add some rhinestones. I pulled out a whole bunch of embellishments. Do you guys have days where you use tons and tons of dimensionals and other days you don't? That's kind of me. So Vicki, you're in southern Arizona? I see. Oh, are you by Tucson? I stayed in Tucson. My sister's looking to try to buy it. She can't decide. She's kind of thinking of northern Arizona. Just because, you know, we're Minnesota girls. We kind of like that change. So I like this color down here. I think I'm going to put this here. Oh, it's so plain looking. We have all kinds of embellishments. Let's see what we got. So I have some of these. I thought these might go well. We have our butterflies, which would be awesome in our backgrounds. These are actually in the colors of the paper. These are kind of crazy. Those are sparkly. We have our birds and our dragonflies, and this is an online exclusive as well. Love them. They're like our butterflies. They're very flat. In fact, I think they're a little flatter even. We got good old rhinestones. Oh, wow. So is that kind of by Sedona then? No, Sedona's more up northern, right? Okay, so there's one for now. We still got to play and make these colorful. And again, you can play with this pattern, and make these as, fancy as you want, or plain. Use embossing, using other, you could add some other designer series paper. as well. But the basic idea was just to use this template to show you how easy you can put together some cards. See, I don't like covering up all those flowers. What do you think of that, you guys? Or like that? We'll use a textured one. Do you like the yellow or the white? Kind of like, I don't know why I'm kind of going towards the white. I don't know. You like it on the bottom with the yellow? Like that? You like the white? I know, it does look good on the bottom. Ah. I know what to do. We're going to use the yellow on this one, I think. How about if we compromise? We'll do the one with the texture here. Yellow on the bottom. Down more. Okay. All right. We will do it this way. I love how different the looks are using just different papers. You know, using I wasn't quite sure if the designer series paper that was a landscape, I figured it would work on some of them, but I think looking at the like that, there we go. And then of course you could take and put strips of designer series paper on the bottom, on the inside of all of these. That would be very cool. And so we've got two. This one, I think, is Thinking of You. There's white, and there's yellow. This one, I think, because we have so much nice nummy colors here, I think this I'm going to pop up here. So we'll do that. All right. I know I shouldn't say anything, but Leo has been quiet. It's like, woohoo! If you've never watched me before, I have a mutt that is constantly bothering me when I'm doing my lives. Isn't he, Jen? It's just not cool. And I think this one, we'll do that there. I think, oh, we didn't do a happy birthday though. Let's see, I was gonna look for some ribbon to see. This doesn't really have this color in here a little bit. No, we have white. We could do, it's a lot of white on white though, isn't it? He does want to be part of my lives, I tell ya. I was babysitting my sister-in-law's dog for 3 weeks. They were in Europe on one of those river cruises. Oh my gosh, it sounds like so wonderful. And they just got back on Monday, and she's sick now. But I finally have Ginger back at home, and oh my gosh, is she ever... She is a barker, man. She is totally insane. Let's see, what can we do with this ribbon? Could do that. I don't know if I like that much. I could follow the line. Could do something like that. Or we could do this and then put a bow. Let's see. All right. World's worst bow tie right here. We could do that, but cut that up, obviously. I'm going to get my shears for my ribbon. Okay. I could pop this up. Or we could do the yellow. Is that better? I think it looks better, right? The yellow. Okay, we'll do that. Oops. My sister, to see if she liked Arizona, she has a lot of health problems, and Minnesota is really hard on her. So she went and lived in Arizona for like a year in Tucson. And yeah, so she is gonna go back, I think. All right, and I think I'm just going to use liquid glue because it's such a good adhesive. You could use a glue dot, of course. Whoops. Gotta hold it down a little bit. Now we should add some embellishments. So did you guys know you could take your rhinestones and use your blends, and you could make your rhinestones any colors you'd like? So that's something too, to get more use out of your rhinestones. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Let's see. These are clunky, kind of. Well, we can't go wrong with butterflies and stuff, at least for part of the butterflies and dragonflies. I've been using these a lot. Yeah, I thought so too, Jen. Yeah, I know, it's like, of course, I'm, like I said, I'm trying to keep these simple. So you could emboss the white part. You could actually wouldn't even have to have this white. You could make this another colored cardstock, and then you'd have to just put in a white panel to do your writing. So that's another way you could do these. You got all kinds of options, I think. I like the using the dragonflies and the butterflies because they have just enough of a little pop, right? Ah, it stuck to my finger. And let's see. Maybe we'll put some butterflies in here. Oops. I could use my pick-me-up tool thing, but no. Let's see. This one, these need birds because this is up in the trees, right? This is showing trees. So we're going to have a couple birds flying. Let's see. The butterflies are actually in the catalog. The dragonflies and the birds are online exclusives. Yeah, so all right, and so now, let's see. So I think these are very basic. I think we should maybe add a little bit on the inside, but we could leave them at that too. So this is just a little. So just, they have a little bit of a different look. Need a dragonfly. You know what? We should put a dragonfly on. Dragonfly there. So we could also take like 1-inch strips by 4 inches, or is this 4.5? This is, yeah, 4 inches, right? So we could do 1-inch strips and then do that on the inside. Let me grab some paper here real quick. Yellow. What is on the other side of this? Hmm. Could work maybe. I think that looks pretty nice. It kind of goes with our sections. What do you think? Something like that. This has got too much of the pink. I don't like that one as much. We already got lots of green. I think we'll pick this one. And I'm just going to cut 4 1-inch strips. Let's see, I'll do 4. All right. I think we'll just add these to the bottom. You know, that's the hardest part about making stuff, is the designing part. Once you figure out what you want to do, it goes so much faster, but I don't want to keep you guys here all night because I never can make up my mind. Uh-oh, that card. Actually, this is going to be a smidgen shorter because the inside of my crease of my card is taking up some of that. So I want to cut off just a smidge. There we go. And then this one. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Yeah, they're very simple cards, but and then of course you can also always add Wink of Stella to some of these areas in these cards. Give it a little bit of a splash of color and sparkle. Sometimes you don't need much just to add some interest. Thank you for sharing, Cindy. All right. I think just to keep it simple, clear off my area here. So we have this one. And then of course we'll put my sentiments in later. This one. That. Oops, I got some glue on there. I'll have to get rid of that. And then this one. So we have totally different looks. So it does work pretty well with a landscape. And then we've got these. Oh, and I didn't do one horizontally. Oh. And then we've got these. I think of all of them, these are my favorite. I think I just loved how the stamp set went so well with the paper and everything. So very fun. So super easy to do. And you know, they're very simple. So I hope that was inspiring a little bit. It's a simple card, but you know, like I said, with one 6x6 piece of paper, you can get 4 different cards, and you know, you can, you know, make them way more elaborate if you want to, using ribbons and embellishments and embossing folders, other designer series papers to mix and match, you know, all kinds of things. But you know, just it's just a simple template to create those basics ideas. And then one other thing I just wanted to share is, you guys know that the starter kit is going special, is only going till Friday. So you get all of these colors. These are all the in colors. It's the stamp pads. It's the designer series paper. It is the uh, cardstock, and it's the markers. You get them all free for $82 worth of product. And so you also, for $99, get $125 worth of product for free. You get a paper pumpkin, that's another $25. You don't have to do this as a business. So if you or anyone you know would like to start this hobby, or whatever, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to have you join. It's so much fun, and it's just such a great creative outlook, right? So we all need that today. So that goes until Friday, so I just wanted to make sure you knew. And then if you do want to um, join or shop any of the online products, you can shop with me at terryphelps.stampinup.net, and there's also a join tab there too. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need me for anything else, that's my email address, thesunshinestamper@gmail.com. And I totally, love that you're watching, and it's just been so awesome to have new people come, and I love it. I love that fact. Vicki, I will show you the template one more time so that you could take a picture of it if you would like. I know, Jen. I was like crushed when I saw that you ordered it all. It's like, oh no. Yeah, it's here. Let me get rid of my little banner thing here. Yeah, so, well, you could still do it, Jen, and then just sell your sell your ink pads to one of the other ladies. But there's the template, so feel free to copy that. And I would love to see you guys. If you make something, I would love to see what you make. Post it on my Facebook page or whatnot. It would be awesome to see. But I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week. And it'll be June already. Oh my gosh. Where is this year going, you guys? June is like month 6. It's crazy. Thank you, Vicki, for watching. Thanks, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye, Cindy. Thanks for sharing.